all the viewers who have joined us today. So, as September is considered to be the Polycystic Ovarian Syndrome month, we from Corona Remedies have initiated a program which is PCOS advocacy, where we connect with the doctors and spread the awareness of polycystic ovarian syndrome to all the women, females, and the general public. So, today we have with us Dr. Rupa Singh, who is a consultant gynecologist and the IVF specialist who is practicing at Radhe Hospital, Lakhusarai, Bihar. So, ma'am, there are a lot of viewers who have joined us today. So, everyone is excited to listen to you. And also, thank you so much for accepting the invitation and being a part of this initiative. So, over to you, ma'am. You can continue.
Thank you. Welcome to you all. Actually, as we know that this month is being celebrated as PCOS Awareness Month. So, it is a very important thing which every people should know. PCOS एक ऐसा प्रॉब्लम है जो आजकल सोसाइटी में काफी लोगों के बीच में देखा जा रहा है, and around 5 to 15% of girls and women are suffering from the PCOS. तो फिर तो लोगों को ये जानकारी होनी चाहिए कि एक्चुअली कैसे उन लोगों को पता चले कि they are suffering from PCOS. So if you are having irregular periods, it could be PCOS. If you are gaining weight, or you have acne or extra hair growth, and if you are missing your periods since 3 to 6 months, you should think of PCOS. PCOS is actually polycystic ovarian syndrome, where we get polycystic ovaries along with some symptoms of irregular periods, obesity, alopecia, and other things we can get also. Now, to understand PCOS, first we should know more about the female reproductive system. Now, as we know, female reproductive system includes vagina, endometrium, cervix, uterus, and ovaries, along with fallopian tubes. But most important for PCOS is ovaries. We are more concerned with PCOS, with ovaries. And what is the role of ovary in normal women? The main job of ovaries is producing egg each month, and egg assists the women to get pregnant by fertilizing the sperm. And in PCOS, what happens? Actually, ovaries fails to produce proper egg. Here, there are multiple fluid-filled follicles leading to polycystic ovarian syndrome, and each follicle is around 2 to 5 millimeter in size, and more than around 11 follicles we can get in each ovary. This is actually the polycystic ovarian syndrome, and we also sometimes get some necklace pattern of the follicles in ovary. You should know that you are not alone to have the PCOS, as every second and third girl or woman in India is having PCOS. What are the symptoms of PCOS? Whenever a woman or a girl is suffering from irregular or absence of period, or they may have oily skin, acne, extra hair growths like hirsutism, alopecia may be there may be central obesity, or sometimes we get acanthosis nigricans also, which is the blackening of the skin. Then what is the basis for the diagnosis of PCOS? As we all know that for PCOS to diagnose, we usually follow Rotterdam criteria, where 2 out of 3 symptoms should be there. And what are they? They are, first one is irregular or absence of periods. That is oligomenorrhea may be there, or amenorrhea may be there. There should be sign of male hormone in blood test, like when the patient, if she is having acne or hirsutism, then we suspect that they must be having hyperandrogenemia, and for that we go for blood test. And also we do have presence of cyst in the ovary in ultrasound report. These are the 3 criteria, out of which any 2 of them are present, then we can diagnose that the patient is suffering from polycystic ovarian syndrome. Then, what are the causes of polycystic ovarian syndrome? Exact cause is not known, but we get the risk factors like genetics and sedentary lifestyles. These 2 causes hormonal imbalance, which leads to PCOS. What are the hormonal changes that they bring about? They actually changes the androgen level, which is usually increased. And due to androgen level is increased, there is acne, hirsutism, alopecia, menstrual disturbances. And in lifestyle, if there is sedentary lifestyle, or they are having a diet more enriched in carbohydrates and fats, Then there are increase in insulin level that leads to metabolic syndrome and central obesity may be there, and that may cause polycystic ovarian syndrome. Yeah. These are the some lifestyle related disease. There are many lifestyle related diseases, including PCOS also. PCOS is also very much related to lifestyle. If you are more in stress or you are having excess habit of excessive eating of junk foods, or you are having sedentary lifestyle that you do not do exercises and you are gaining weight or you are obese, mainly central obesity is there in this case. Now, how lifestyle influences PCOS? Already I have told that stress and sedentary lifestyle is very important as they lead to weight gain and central obesity. And also, if you eat excessive of carbohydrates and fats, they will cause glucose intolerance. Both of them causes increase in insulin and androgen level and leading to polycystic ovarian syndrome. Now, there are many complications of polycystic ovarian syndrome. As we all know, most important is infertility or difficulties in getting pregnant. 40% of polycystic ovarian syndrome women have difficulties in getting pregnant. Now, we do have some short-term complications during pregnancy and long-term complications. In short-term complications, we see mostly the risk of miscarriages, gestational diabetes may be there, and there are also some fetal complications. In long-term complications, we do have type 2 diabetes, heart disease, endometrial cancers. So we have to see how they can be retaliated or they can be solved. Many things that, like if we do not take stress or do yoga exercises, have good diet habits, then we can control polycystic ovarian syndrome a lot. Now, there are many myths and actual facts are there. Myth one is that polycystic ovarian syndrome diagnosis, you must have polycystic ovaries. No, this is not true. Many women have polycystic ovaries, but they are not suffering from polycystic ovarian syndrome, as they are not having other two things, like either they are having irregular periods, nor they are having any features of hyperandrogenemia. Now, second myth is that some polycystic ovarian syndrome do fall pregnant naturally. As actually, many people think that if they have more polycystic ovarian syndrome, they won't get pregnant. But this is not true. Many get pregnant naturally, and some need medical assistance. The next myth is all women of polycystic ovaries are fat or obese. This is also not true. Actual facts are there that some people, quite a few people, are lean also, lean and thin. Now we come to the management of polycystic ovarian syndrome. But there are three main important things for the management of polycystic ovarian syndrome. First one is diet control, second one is exercise, and then some medicines can help in this. Now, for diet control, we all know we should cut short our carbohydrates and fat-rich foods, and we should take take foods rich in protein and vitamins. We should have lots of vegetables, fruits. We should have lots of minerals, lots of water, and have enough of milk and milk products. We should take cereals and pulses and millets, and we should cut short all the fatty products, fast foods, sugary products, carbohydrates, so that we can have the diet in control and we can control our weight also through diet. Next. And second one is exercise, through which we can control polycystic ovarian syndrome. Usually, if a girl comes with PCOS or a woman comes with PCOS, we recommend them along with diet control, they should have exercise. Ideally, they should do exercise for 30 minutes a day or 150 minutes per week. Most important exercise is walking, swimming, weightlifting. That will be of greatest benefit for them. Then if we come to the medicines, for medicines, the people should go to their gynecologist, and if they have the problem, gynecologists usually prescribe oral contraceptives to regularize menstrual cycle. If they have insulin or androgen levels disturbed, then they give metformin or inositols or It can be added or it can be given alone. If blood sugar is derailed, then we usually cut their food habit, like carbs should be cut, and then metformin is added. To control body weight, already I've told diet and exercise is needed, and to treat acne and other hyperandrogenic symptoms, we have to add ciptoterin acetate in their drugs or medicines. Now, last but not the least, what should we do and what should not do? Be fit as you can. You should take well-balanced diet and no junk food should be taken. You should have good personal hygiene. If you are overweight, lose at least 5 to 10% of your weight. You should do exercise and yoga adequately and plan the pregnancy before the age of 35 years. And what should you don't do? You should not have sedentary lifestyle. Don't take fast foods. Don't have stress. And hygiene should be maintained. Avoid alcohol, smoking, etc. And if you have any of the following symptoms, please go to your doctor, gynecologist to consult. If you have irregular periods, weight gain, acne, excessive growth, please go to your doctor and consult them. Thank you all, and thank you, Corona, for giving me this opportunity to talk about polycystic ovarian syndrome. And today is also the Daughters' Day. So happy Daughters' Day to all the lovely daughters from my side. And don't take easily the daughters. They are leading the world also. Thank you so much.
Yes, right. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you for being a part of this initiative.
Thank you.